And hopefully this answers the 1 million questions I got in the comments and in Discord. Was Stardew Valley cancelled? No, it was not. I said I was taking a day off in the last Stardew episode, and then I said it in the fish video. I appreciate that not everybody watched the fish video. That's understandable. But, you know, there we are, back in Stardew Valley with your guy Grignr, where I have to sit here and water every day. Honestly, I regret starting the farm. I really do regret starting the farm. I mean, I know that to get the higher levels of the sprinklers, you have to actually do some farming in the first place. I really sincerely regret not spending more time getting the little sprinklers. I know a lot of people are saying the little sprinklers are bad. A lot of people send me mods that make the little sprinklers better, which I think I installed, but don't remember the button. It's like K or something like that. I hate that too. When you can be clearly facing in the correct direction, it's got other plans for you. Very annoying. Yeah, no, I wish in hindsight I'd have got all that iron and copper and made, even though they only water like 4 blocks, right? I could have planned the whole farm around it only watering 4 blocks, and we could have done a lot with that. But never mind. Here we are. Another day of Grignr. And soon it'll be winter, and then we can forget all about the farming and focus just on mining and fishing as God intended. But Grignr took his fishing skills over to Insane Aquarium, where he raised some fish. And hopefully, for those of you who watched it, you know all about how you should raise fish. And much like Grignr, you too might be level 9 fish now. I needed a break, because I was, I needed a break from building the reward mod packs. That's been going on all day. Probably one of the more complex mod packs I've ever built. Lots of custom def editing and that type of thing going in. So it's you know, literally not an experience you could get anywhere else because so much of it is custom. You wait till you see the storyteller. I've got to say, as I don't like AI art, okay? I'll be the first to admit I do not like AI art. I think the flood of AI art on just about every social media page, every subreddit, every Discord has just been like... You know how I describe AI art? It's like when someone tells you what they dreamt about. It's meaningful to them and impressive to them, but to you it's like, yeah, great. It's like I have absolutely no connection to this thing that you are telling me about or showing me. And that's exactly the same feeling I get when I see AI art. It's like, okay, to you this could be super cool because it's something that, you know, you've generated. I also hate it when people do the whole made by DALL-E and, you know, your username. DALL-E X Mr. Streamer. It's like, no, you fucking didn't. You typed in a word into a neural network and this was spat out. One of my first year computer science programs was programming a neural network, in fact. It was only very basics. It was like first year, but you had to program and train a neural network to be able to detect characters, essentially. Letters, numbers, etc. So you had to feed it a load of data sets and blah, 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 blah. There was a competition for who got the best one. I did well. I wasn't the best, but I was the best in the robotics. And that's all that matters, really. Don't know why that was relevant to a computer science degree. I mean, it's computer science with kind of a focus on computer security specifically. Anyway, I use DALL-E to... And this is one thing I do like about DALL-E. If you have, you know, Photoshop skills. I'm not going to sell myself short, okay? I've got Photoshop skills, trained after years of using Photoshop. I did a media studies A-level, and I did it at A2. Ironically, coincidentally, well, maybe both. Everybody said that my A-level choices were... So to clarify as well, A-level is what you do in the UK when you turn 16. A-level, or college. Some people do college or like diplomas and things like that, but it's basically a qualification you get when you can technically leave school. You used to be able to leave school, at least when I was in school at 16. They changed the age to 18, basically. Not long after I left. But, yeah, so your A-levels you do when you're 16, 17, and then when you go into university. Or just before you go to university, anyway. And I chose IT, history, and media studies, which is an eclectic mix. I mean, like a lot of people I was friends with who were more like I knew someone who took, like, maths and physics and chemistry. Very science-focused, very close-knit subject. So you get people taking English literature and drama and media studies, and that also makes sense. It's very media-focused, very much on the kind of production side of things and the kind of interpretation side of things. But, you know, I did three from, like, across the board. one science, one humanities, and one free one. That being media studies. But then, I ended up, getting my YouTube channel from out of making mods for making videos on effectively making mods for a historical simulation game. So in that situation, history, media studies, and IT could not have worked any fucking better, right? That was like the perfect storm. I think that was very much more of a backronym than anything else. That was a coincidence more so than fate, I think. It's probably fair to say. We don't need to water you. You're watered. We don't need to water you. You're watered. We'll hit you. And then you. Man, clearly I've been a lot slower this time around because it's already 2 p.m. and I'm not even finished. And we've got sprinklers this time. Crazy. A little distracted with the conversation at hand. How did I get onto this topic? I don't even remember. So anyway, I've been working on the RimWorld mod pack all day. Oh, right, DALL-E. Got it. Yeah, I did like 2 years of media studies, so I think it's fair to say I have Photoshop skills. I got a pretty good grade on my, we had to do magazine articles. Very banal. You had to design a magazine article. Although, to be fair, that was in Illustrator in hindsight. The one thing that would actually be useful to the whole RimWorld thing these days, but never mind. So anyway, I took this very, it was a good thing that DALL-E, the AI art generator, spat out. But the problem with them is they always have problems, right? They always have issues. They always have glitches, visual kind of artifacting that when you look at it closely, you can be like, okay, something's like not right here. Okay, like some that I've generated. I've generated obviously like generic polar bears and shit like that just to see for like channel related stuff. The traveling merchants in town. We haven't got any money, so I won't worry about it. But the problem is they always end up having like weird warped features and like one eye. It never does eyes well, and like neck seams it's always pretty bad at. Like ears connecting to the rest of the body and like nose dimensions and everything like that. But if you've got like, again, Photoshop skills, mediocre Photoshop skills, I can fix a lot of it super, super, super easy. And I've used a lot of the AI stuff that I've grabbed and kind of fixed up in various projects. You take a DALL-E piece and run it through Photoshop for like half an hour, you can end up with like something that legitimately looks good. And you know what? Even with that, even with skills knowing and the tools of having this program in the first place, I still wouldn't call it Mr. Streamer X DALL-E because I have no, learn artistic skills that comes from dedication and time spent to a particular aspect. Not that I'm trying to shit on anyone who has done that. If you have done that, that's great. I know a lot of people do. I know it's a big trend. I personally would not do that. I feel like it's very disingenuous to suggest that your skill set is, perhaps not exactly what it is. Because if you're like, oh, I'm an artist, I use DALL-E, and then someone sits you down with a pen and paper, they're like, draw me a picture, you big robot shit. Well, you're doomed. You can't just ask the piece of paper, a polar bear with noir detective aesthetic. Doesn't work like that. You got to think with your brain. So anyway, storyteller, a work of art. Again, not entirely down to me, but I won't not take credit for it, because it did look like a mess until I fixed it. And I'm very excited for people to see what's going on with this mod pack, and so much custom stuff that you literally cannot get anywhere else, because it's custom. And then, for the first time ever, I've had a kind of advisory board, people giving me feedback, ideas, and kind of basing their own mods on the plan for the mod pack. It was kind of fortuitous that I had this idea for a mod pack for a long, long time. And then people that I know from the Discord server happened to release a mod based on what I was thinking of doing a mod on. And then I was like, okay, I've got to flip this into a mod pack. And we were chatting in the separate Discord that I've set up. And they're doing some like expansions for it and some little extra stuff. Hopefully not entirely for my benefit. I wouldn't ask anybody to do that. I've said it before, but, as someone who predominantly relies on Patreon to pay the rent, it would be extremely, hypocritical and grandstanding of me to say, hey, I'll work for free. I wouldn't want to do that. It'd be very bizarre. It'd be hypocritical. Lack of self-awareness. It's not really hypocritical if... It'd be hypocritical if you were expecting people to work for free. Oh, I'm not sure. I suppose it's kind of hypocritical, isn't it? We need to buy another chair. This is ridiculous. You know what? I'm going to go down to Marnie's pond. We're not going to do fishing for a while. Not when we've got this much of a farm to manage. Let's go down to Marnie's. Let's grab the chair. Let's bring it back up here. I know that a lot of people have said, you know, it was quicker to go into the thing and sit down and blah, 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 blah. But that's it. You know, but it's going to take us longer to walk over there and actually sit down than it is just to sit on the chair. I think it'll probably come out about equal. Give me that. Where's my chair? Hello. Traveling merchant's gone to bed. Good night. Good night, traveling merchant. Somebody said you could hit your stuff with your pickaxe. Okay. What's that? Oh. I was like, oh, there's a new button. There's UI info. But, having spent the best part of 2 days now working on it, I need a goddamn break, because it's just like, it's not done yet. Normally, I would just force myself to work through, but this one has been so complex, and I've had to rebuild it so many times, mainly because Steam has really been a pain in the arse recently. How do you rotate? Oh, right-click is rotate. That's some weird shit, but okay, I'll trust you. Boom. It's pretty fast. It isn't as fast, I think. But it's good enough. It's good enough for Grignr just to have a quick sit down and carry on. Getting those extra couple of tree chops before the day runs out. But, good one. I kind of like the monster farm. I kind of wish I'd have gone for the monster farm in hindsight. It would have been a lot more appropriate for Grignr, wouldn't it? Fighting monsters, defending his homestead. That would have been way better in hindsight. But also, it's a fancy farm that apparently a lot of people hadn't seen before and are enjoying. Immersive Farm 4, again, just to reiterate, because I get people in the Discord literally asking on a daily basis. And then I get some people saying, oh, it's Immersive Farm 2. And I'm like, no. Don't do this to me. You're going to confuse things. 10:40 p.m. Let's have another sit down. Look how much he glows. What have we got? We got the Iridium Band and the small glow ring. I love the idea that we could just keep stacking up glow rings and it would never turn nighttime on Grignr's farm. That would be amazing. Maybe we should do that. Stack enough... There needs to be a mod. If you stack enough glow rings, your plants will still grow. They grow twice as much because there's no nighttime. What do you mean that's not how plants work? I think I know how plants work. I'm a farmer. Farms and fish. All these people in the comment section, oh, he doesn't know how to farm. Oh, look at him. Shits. I'm from actual rural middle of nowhere England. A village of 12 people. I remember being forced to wake up at 5 a.m. to dig up potatoes. It was a curse. If it was down to me, I'd never look at another farm again. 12:10 a.m. You know what? Let's bank this stuff in the... Let's bank this stuff. Well, let's go to sleep. I think it's going to be a very, very, very busy summer. How long... The blueberries have 9 days. Do they keep producing fruit? Or is it a single harvest? You presume they keep producing fruit, right? Summer foraging. Oh. So the cobblestone paths are faster. I thought I had a mod installed that made them faster. Turns out, you can see that they are significantly faster when you actually install the mod. So we might make a few more of these. Actually, why don't we make a few more until it turns nighttime proper. We got like half an hour yet. This is fine. We can work with this. I don't like that. I don't like this off-center. That's really annoying. I might get rid of that. Honestly, I would rather have aesthetic over speed bonus. Give me some more cobblestone path. Yeah, there we go. That's what the good pussy sounds like. Right, let's throw down... I fucking love that meme. Let's throw down some more. I absolutely hate that this is going to be off-center. And I know that you're going to hate it too, but you know what? Sometimes the hardest decisions require the strongest of wills. 1:30 a.m. Let's get to bed. Let's get to bed. Oh, what? Oh, don't water your bed. No, you don't have spare bed sheets. You don't have spare anything. All you've got in this house is a TV and a table, and a giant amethyst rock. Unbelievable. Grignr wet the bed, but not in that way, and not in that way either. Not in like the oh, Grignr wet the bed, huh? Not in that way, but not in the oh, Grignr wet the bed way. What's that? There'll be a thunderstorm tomorrow. What does that mean? Lightning will strike my crops. What does that mean? Oh, I better look this up. Hold on. Enjoy the jaunty tune while I head to Google. Thunderstorm. Rimworld. Rimworld? Nope. Stardew Valley. Fuck. Weather. Okay, here we are. Lightning strikes can destroy what? Storm. Fish can be caught. The old mariner will appear. Can destroy random tiles on the farm. It includes crops and trees. If a fruit tree is hit, it will change to a coal tree. Oh, that's quite cool. If it hits flooring or path, it will be displaced but not destroyed. Lightning rods. How do we make those? Foraging level 6. Ah, I got some bad news, bro. That's never going to happen. Maybe if we double wide these, it won't look so weird. It doesn't look as weird, but I don't really like it. It doesn't look as weird, but it's still not good. I think is the way to phrase that. Anyway, sorry, I should not get distracted here. Let's get back to watering. But that probably also means we get a day off of watering crops. Ooh, wheat. Oh, well, that's fantastic news. Did I plant wheat over here? No wheat. One day till the hot peppers are in. There's always hot pepper season when Grignr's around. Well, this is going to make watering a massive pain in the ass. Wow, you do walk a lot. Oh, you do walk a lot faster with this, don't you? That's crazy. So fast that you miss your own crops. This song is an absolute certified club banger. Oh, why would you do that? Oh, God. It's frustration. I was enjoying this game until we planted 200 blueberries. And now I hate every fucking moment of it. The horrible experience. Good God. Look, why? Why is that changed? Why would you do that? Unbelievable. I blame Grignr. I think the man might have hit his head a little bit hard when he fell over in the mine. 2 days in a row. He's got to leave some lasting damage. Oh, listen to that. What's that treble? Look at him go. Like a little piccolo or something. Absolutely jamming out on that. It does give me big Sims loading screen vibes, though, the more I listen to it. Oh, no. Like proper Sims 2. What was that? Sims 2, was it the future DLC in Sims 2? What's that? Sims 3? Whichever. Gives me big vibes of seeing that on the screen. And splines being reticulated. You know what I mean. God, I hate this. I hate farming. I hate farming. I moved to the city so I wouldn't have to deal with this. And here I am. In the city, watering virtual crops. Life plays a cruel trick. A lovely butterfly. Monarch butterfly, perhaps. I don't know anything about butterflies. That's not a skill in this game that I care to worry about. Is that supposed to be an octopus? I suppose it's kind of octopus-like, isn't it? I love that the fish are actually kind of semi-animated in that their fins flap, but the octopuses just kind of float helplessly. I mean, of course I know it's an octopus. We've seen the Insane Aquarium video. When it comes to fish in contained space, I'm your guy. I am absolutely the preeminent YouTube expert of fishes. Actually, there's a third channel video. Well, there will be when I put it back. There's a third channel video of me with my good friend Mr. Fishy. Dark channel. It was a very dark channel. Wouldn't recommend it. Very bizarre channel. That's the channel that I get out all of my psychic damage. I offload it there. And then other people pick it up for me. And take the kind of negative karma away. It's like the Ring. Except it's, a lot more alcohol driven, generally. Very concerning. And now the banging music's gone. It lasted like a first hour, and now it's like, okay, now you're up to the monotonous grind that is modern adult life. Oh, they heard me. Mayor Lewis was taking a break. He's actually, what you can't see is just off screen, Mayor Lewis with his Casio keyboard. DJ! So, how are you all doing? How is everybody? Hope you didn't miss Grignr too much. He'll be back to stay, don't worry. Not going anywhere for a little while. Unless today something, like, abysmal happens again. Unless, once again, Clint pulls down my pantsuit and spanks my Grignr bottom. And he says, no coal for you, Grignr. This is Clint Town. Population me. He takes it away from me. I buy it from him, and then he says, nah, coal tax. Takes it all off. Horrible, man. I see why Emily tries to avoid him. Well, that and he hides in bushes. I don't know that he does do that. I should clarify, that's allegedly. I'm sure there's a mod for it. Right, that one needs watering. This isn't too bad. You know, when we're all here together. When it's just me watering them by myself, it's an actual horrifying chore that takes years off my life. But this isn't too bad, eh? It's just us hanging out as friends. Fuck. As friends. You know, killing time. Really killing time before the inevitable end of us all. This fucking watering can sucks. Well, I say that. You've just watered like 300 crops with it. It's a pretty damn good watering can. I can't believe Grandpa didn't have any better tools. The old man was a fucking tool. Grandpa was only 43, but it's all this back-breaking labor. Out in the sun from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. every single day. It ages you. It absolutely ages you. Do we need to keep the wheat? I'm going to put it in the chest. Hey! Hey, we got some hay. Wow. That's really good. Right, you can hold this. Let's get back to cobblestone pathing for a little while. Fucking crops. What I'm going to do... this is called a pro gamer move. Oh, sounds like the popcorn's ready. What I'm about to do is a pro gamer move. I'm going to go to bed. And you're probably thinking, well, that's actually insane. It's only 3:10 p.m. Right, but it would have said you have crops that still need watering if we still have crops that need watering. So now we know that we can push it all the way up to, like, 11:59 p.m. And then we can just go to bed. Pro gamer move. You probably wouldn't have thought of that if it wasn't for me. Shit. Man, these paths suck. It looks terrible, but I can't deny the benefit. Oh. And here you go. Here's some controversial chat. I've already alienated all the Dali artists. Here's something for you. You know what? I'm going to say it. I've been enjoying not only She-Hulk. Well, I'm just giving that a moment to settle in because apparently that's a very controversial thing to say. I've also been enjoying Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. And if you're interested in, if you were a Lord of the Rings aficionado, if you are one of the people that have quote-unquote read the Silmarillion, even though you didn't really read it, you just kind of skimmed through a few pages and got a general idea of it, but if you're one of those people, then Corey Olsen, which of course you know if you've read the, you know who that is if you've read the Silmarillion, is doing a YouTube series where he breaks down every episode of Rings of Power, and he seems very, he makes some very good points, and the man seems to enjoy the show, and as far as I'm concerned, that's all the reassurance I need. Everybody I've spoken to in real life is like, yeah, it's pretty good. A lot of people I know who are also into Tolkien been saying, yeah, it's a pretty good show. But for some reason, people on the internet, especially those on Reddit and those on Twitter, have been frothing at the mouth. And I hate it. It can be a 7 out of 10 show. It's okay. And I'm sure Kay, if Kay is watching this series, he's thinking right now, oh, he's making this point again. He's going on about this again. You know what? Yeah. Because I'm sick of opening up the internet and seeing everybody shitting on things that I think are perfectly enjoyable. Standards have gotten too high for humanity. Standards have gotten too high. And you know what? I think I think it's a symptom of a bigger problem. I think it's because a lot of these things were considered super nerdy for years. Games, Lord of the Rings, fantasy, whatever. Comic book shows. They're all considered super nerdy. Things to be almost ashamed of. Even though you shouldn't be ashamed of that, of course. Things to be ashamed of for years. And then they had a kind of renaissance, didn't they? You get your Infinity Wars. And you get your Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Two Towers, Fellowship of the Ring, not the Hobbit, we don't talk about that. And they become this just massive cultural phenomenon. And then people start becoming elitist about it. Well, I was here first, I liked this thing originally. But then it comes full circle to them shitting on the things that aren't good enough anymore. I think maybe a lot of people have forgotten. Video games especially. Jesus Christ. I don't play many video games, which I know is a very ironic statement coming from somebody who plays video games all day, but I don't, like, play them. You know, like, some people come home from work and they'll play a game and they'll have, like, a good time. Okay, that makes it sound way worse than it is. Yeah, I do think it might still be faster to go to the pond, so we're just going to run to the pond. Fuck the chair. I hate chairs. I should have stuck with the path. Oh, no. Oh, slow speed. Have I really not built a path down there? We should do that. We should path around the edge of this so that we can get there faster. I don't see any video games being celebrated anymore. It's always, here's why video games are bad. I had to unfollow a lot of YouTubers that I genuinely used to enjoy the content of because I just it was just a barrage of non-stop negativity, and we don't need it. Negativity breeds negativity. The reason why, it's obviously super popular on YouTube to have strong opinions. Nobody is going to watch a YouTube video about me going, yeah, She-Hulk's all right, because that's a complete non-opinion. You know, actually, She-Hulk is okay. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power has its problems, and some of the writing and characterization is a bit strange, but it's perfectly watchable. One of my friends said, described it, and I completely agree with his phrasing here, said it was effortlessly watchable, and I completely agree. I think that is a fantastic way to sum that show up. But I don't play games, so I have no opinion on that. Can we get across here? Oh! Well, let's make sure we sorted this side of the bridge out first before we start branching out. We're doing really good on the farm clearing, though. These busy summers have kind of forced me to stay on the ranch, haven't they? Make sure everything's all nice and tidied up. I feel like this side of the farm is like the nice side. I feel like the other side of the farm is the cursed side of the farm. I don't know why. I feel like on this side, this is where Grandpa would, like, you know, paint pictures and frolic amongst the flowers, go in the stream, swimming. And on the other side, that's where he was, like, murdered. That's where Grandpa died. That's where the cult of Yoba is. I can't describe how I know that. I just feel it in my bones. We can't break these, can we? Oh, we can break these. We can break these. Been over this 1,000 times. That's another rant for another day. A lot of people being like, oh, what does he not remember? Bloodsnake's Chaos, I'm calling you out here. Guys, didn't Sam remember he'd already unlocked the sprinklers? Well, no, probably not, because I was probably talking about a completely unrelented subject, going from tangent to tangent, while that was popping up on screen saying, congratulations, you've unlocked this thing, and I'm sure I might have acknowledged it at the time. You've got to bear in mind, I've got other things to consider. My brain is trying to think of the next topic to go to as I'm already mid-talk. What do you mean there's no strong enough to break that log? That would be far easier to break than a giant fucking stump. Do you know how difficult tree stumps are to remove? At Concerned Ape on Twitter, I demand a refund with your unrealistic farming game. What's that down there? Oh, there's a spooky building down there. What the fuck is that? Although, to be fair, if the Concerned Ape had to give refunds to everybody who had some unrealistic outcome from this game, every single person who played it and got married would have to get a refund. I'm sorry. Don't. I'm not talking about you. If you took offense at that, I'm not talking about you. That was a close save. Well done, Grignr. Master of diplomacy. Shame there's not a diplomacy skill on this, because I would be level 10. I'd be level 12. And the bar would only go up to level 10. We're gonna... you can take this tree down. Oh! Okay, maybe not. Maybe let's go home. And... here we are. My God, Kanye. Hello. You know, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like Kanye's music. I have a pair of Yeezys. They're not real. They're knockoff Yeezys. Ooh! Fell trees yield 25% more water, 20% chance for double yield of foraged items. I feel like both of these are decisively mediocre. I guess. What is foraged items might include a lot of rare stuff. I might not know about it. 25% more wood. Counterpoint, I could just cut down 25% more trees. Idiot. Give me forager. What do you mean? That's objectively the wrong decision. What are you talking about? One's a guaranteed outcome. The other is a 20% chance of doubling a fairly worthless good. I don't know what you're talking about. You must be losing your mind. Kanye! Has my farm burned down? Hand it over. Oh, peppers keep producing. Oh, what a great time. Oh, so the lightning strikes will strike during the day. Okay, fair enough. Look at all these peppers. Look at all these peppers. What a phenomenal time to be a farmer, huh? I'm not planting anything else. Ah! My eyes! No! Oh, I don't like that flash. Good God, it illuminated my entire room. We were one swing away from destroying that tree. That's very typical. Right, well, okay. What the hell is that building? It's got a weather vane. Grandpa's observatory, where he would track the skies, so he could know when the meetings of the disciples of Yoba were going to take place. He would sit there in his tower and he'd say, "Oh, looks like it's going to be a full moon tonight." You probably wouldn't need to track that. You could probably predict that. Oh my God. I mean, I'm no astronomer, but full moons tend to be fairly predictable. So I feel like Grandpa was probably wasting his time a tad bit. I haven't the heart to tell him on account of his... He's dead. He's gone. Grandpa's dead. Sorry, Grandpa. Does he canonically die in the intro, then? Is that kind of what happens there? I presume so. Maybe when he writes you the letter and sends it to you, he dies, because that's like his last will and testament, huh? Hi, I'm Will and Testament. Oh, you can chop these down! I had no idea. I was ignoring them. I didn't think you could chop them down. I thought they were decorative. Oh, shit. Would you look at this? Look at all the butterflies. Wow. Oh, man. This farm is enormous. There's a boat! Grignr can go raiding. Finally. We can't chop the willow down. And then we're at dead end again, because there is another hardwood tree that we can't quite yet smash. I know I should have sent those trees in the opposite direction. I'm not really that bothered. Boom. Wow, this farm is enormous. Good God. And then what's this one again? This is the greenhouse. Whatever this once was, it's now in ruins. Wow. This game is so deep. Oh, my eyes. Fucking hell. Sorry, in the middle of a war zone. That is the greenhouse, though, isn't it? I'm 90% sure that's the greenhouse. And that's what we need to complete the, I think it was the spring bundle to unlock. I think somebody in the comments said that there's no point buying the green beans to try and grow later on because you only get the greenhouse after you finish the spring bundle. So, kind of shit that one up, didn't we? This place is lovely. This is really coming together now. We've barely scratched the surface, and that does fill me with dread. Utter dread. But we're certainly getting there. This is the way down to Marnie. So, actually, we can clear all this out. This is fine. I don't think I'll turn it all into farmland. Unless we get a significant amount of iridium sprinklers. So, a lot of people are saying, get the tractor mod. We have the tractor mod, just to clarify. But obviously, we're a bit far away from that yet. And ever. At the rate things are going. Could take a long-ass time. Let's put down some more paths. Let's build a nice path over to the pond. The Grignr's hot spring, in brackets, the pond. Let's do that now. Right, so let's bring this down here. Oh, look at that. It's like when you get into a rhythm building a Terraria Skybridge, isn't it? That's exactly what that feels like. Do you think this links up to the... Oh, look, I guess we could chop all of this down. Now that I know that shit... Oh, man. I genuinely thought those were, like, decorative. But the fact that those, as we now know, are definitely not decorative. 12. Just trying to get over-exhausted. That's actually nuts, because that means that we could... This place is so much bigger than I anticipated. Shit. And look, we can open all this up down here. Man, I feel like I need a mod that, like, pauses days, because this could take the rest of my human life. This is going to be a 500-part series. Look at how far it goes. Shit, I mean, I don't want to get too far down here, because this is, like, all for another day. God. Okay, well, let's... Oh! My eyes! Right, let's get this all linked up. We could always run a... We could run it, like, across here. That's probably not a terrible plan. There you go. And let's get this out of the way. Just run it at the south of the farm here. Oh! Careful. What are we up to? 11. We got... It's fine. Everything's okay. Don't destroy my crops. If you do, I'm going to be pissed. Okay. There you have it. Perfect. Look at that. Good enough. Something we should have done a long, long time ago. I appreciate that. But, you know, I'm busy doing other things. Building up skill sets. Diversify. That's the truth to life. Diversify. Make sure you don't do the same thing every single day. Because if that thing might not always be there, and then you're left without nothing to your life. Please help me. Oh. We have to watch the TV. Baked fish. Wow, don't mind if I do. Arguably the worst way to prepare fish. Well, I don't know. Boiled fish is pretty... That would be pretty awful. Like microwave fish. That would also probably be pretty horrendous. Oh, obviously, grilling and frying fish is superior to both. Skin on. Skin down. In a pan. Sea bass. That's superior. You can't beat that. Baked fish? Not really so sure. Actually, you're not supposed to do it skin down immediately, are you? Because it sticks to the pan. I'm not a chef. I'm Grignr. Hello! Queen of Sauce. Greetings, it's I, the Queen of Sauce, here to teach you about mouth-watering recipe from my secret cookbook, Baked Fish. You learn how to cook baked fish. It's that easy. You just watch it on TV once and you're an expert. Like everybody in the YouTube comments. Right, let's keep clearing. This is going to take actually forever. Maybe this seems honestly like it reeks of, what fucking... Bruh. Oh, wrong tool. This already does seem like it reeks of like a multiplayer farm, doesn't it? Very much maybe like 4-person focused. A little bit too much for little Grignr to single-handedly deal with. We'll get there. We're making fantastic progress. I don't think it's really a big deal right now. But simultaneously, I cannot wait for these blueberries to grow and then fuck off forever, because this is not conducive to my daily recording schedule. Oh, Careful there. We should just take the scythe. One day we should just take this scythe and scythe every piece of bloody grass on the map. Every last bit. This shit won't really grow, right? We won't just get, like, trees popping up in the middle of fields now. It's not like Animal Crossing, where you leave it for a month, then the whole thing's overrun by weeds. Because if it is, I will find a mod to make it not. God, we can get so much done when we're not watering. We gotta find a mod. Rain every day. Maybe I can find a mod. Play Stardew Valley automatically mod. What about this? We can't chop that down. Figured as much. Well, look, we can clear a path through to here. I won't touch all this yet. We're just going to clear an adequate farm through to path through to Marnie's when we want to go fishing again. But I'm not going to touch either side of this fence for a while. I think that's a poor idea. Let's get this out the way. There you go, and sling down a bit more of a path. Perfect. Oh, we can't build there. That's out of bounds. What does this say then? Forest. Spar is that way. Quarry is this way. Hey? So wait, there's a spar over to the right. Oh, by right, I mean left. That's just crazy. I'll have a peek. I'm not going too far, though. That must be what's over the bridge, right? That must be that building. But saying that, oh, there's also a... Oh, there's so much. Oh, Lord. There's so much to see. Right, well, let's keep clearing this area. Fucking hell. Maybe we just go for the tractor. Maybe we say, stop this. Stop this until we've got the tractor. Can the tractor grind up rocks? I feel like this kills the tractor. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I thought, oh, we've got to be getting to the edges of the farm. No, you're not even remotely close, you fool. There's a bridge. There's like 6 other bridges. I guess what we could do, maybe have a look up in this direction a little bit more. What do you think? Maybe clear out some of this shit? See what we've got going on up here? Because there was that weird building up here, wasn't there? Absolutely cursed property somewhere in this direction. Oh, was it over here? Honestly, don't remember. This map is so massive. I could have sworn it was over in that direction, but maybe I'm misremembering. You know what I think it is? I think it was up there, wasn't it? So this is all like, for some reason, all fenced off. This is where you can lure people in to murder them and they can't escape. This is where Slender turns up and you have to collect the pages. So maybe it was back down here. Oh, thank God, that lightning's horrible. Yeah, I think I went this way and went, like, up here, didn't I? And there was, like, a building somewhere in this direction. If you've got any hints about Immersive Farm 4... Yeah, here it is. What are you, strange building? Do I want to go in? Telling you, this shit's haunted. Okay, we'll peek in, but I'm going to be scared. It's just a barn. Alright, fair enough. Ooh, I was so brave. I was so brave then. So this is the end of the map. Holy shit, we may have found the end. So this is the end over here. Gotcha. This is all just like river. Okay. Well, this is fine, yeah. Okay, this is all like dead end over here then. What we blocked by? Just grass. Shouldn't really do this because I'm... Oh, what the hell is that? Was that a fucking volcano? What is that? Oh, wow. Then over here we got a bridge. It never ends. It's me saying, oh, this is the end. It's okay, that's the final part. No. No, it's not. Because look, that goes somewhere. We need to be able to smash the hardwood. What's over here? There's something we can interact with, look. What is that? Let me through. Let me through. We're going to demand entry. Please. Wait, swing in the right direction, you weird man. What's wrong with you? What's this thing here? Look, there's a thing. A gift. Some sort of item. Something in this tree. What is it? What's this? Oh. Bruh. Wait, this is the mines. Well, we know where this is. We know where this is. We know where this is. This leads over to... Oh, the mushroom cave. This is where Demetrius set up the mushroom cave. Ah. And this leads God knows where. Oh, fucking hell. This leads God knows where. And then this leads God knows where, too. Okay, so we know where to go to get the mushrooms now for Demetrius. That's out of order. So that probably leads to the mines. This comes back down here. Okay. I've got to build a mental map. A little bit of a mental map. And this goes back to here. But where does this go? I should really go home. This looks like another spa. Hot spring style area. Fucking hell, how big is this farm? It's a little overwhelming. Get in with the coal. Man, it's almost... It's crazy. It was crazy. It was a crazy talk. We're going to forget about it. I'm going to sleep. If there's a direction we should go in, please let me know. Please let me know. We'll definitely head in. If you're thinking like, oh, there's a thing over here, you should go and have a look, then yeah. Okay, we'll have a look in that direction. Try not to spoil it, because I don't want to know explicitly what's in a particular direction, but I'd be very happy to hear some kind of pointers for what could be useful in certain directions. How about that? Thank you for joining Grignr. Overwhelmed by this farm. Maybe a little bit too ambitious, but here we are. It's Grignr's, goddammit. Right, it's Grignr's granddad. We're in a horrible amount of debt. It's actually Robin's. It's Robin's farm until we've paid it off. Because we owe her a mountain of money. Thanks. Hey, see you all tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, huh?